The Eagles, those damn Philadelphia Eagles just imploded, people. They just imploded. I just, you know, we were talking just a few minutes ago. Some people said they're frauds. I think a couple of weeks ago, you could have said the Eagles were frauds. 11 wins. Who did they beat? Down the stretch, they just absolutely imploded. And yesterday was indicative of an implosion. The locker room, Sirianni lost the locker room. You know, they didn't trust him. Not sure if people trusted Jalen Hurts. Offensive coordinators, absolutely pathetic at best. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Just a lot of stuff about the Eagles that were bad. Lot of stuff that were bad. At the end of the season, an absolute implosion, man. An absolute implosion by the Philadelphia Eagles. Just terrible football. Terrible for Baker Mayfield just went through that defense like a hot knife through butter. No resistance. No resistance. You know, Jalen Hurts just playing horrible football yesterday. That was bad quarterback play. It looks like Jalen Hurts has taken a step back. Now you could say he's hurt. You can say offensive coordinator was bad. You can say the team didn't trust the offensive coordinator. To me, all that's just excuses. Your play doesn't have to be bad because of play calling. Hey, if the play's bad, fine, but I'm still going to go do my thing. They couldn't run the ball anymore. They didn't try to run it enough. I mean, they need changes in Philadelphia. They need changes in Philadelphia. Look, we talked about the Cowboys on how they needed changes. They need changes in Philadelphia. The Jalen Hurts looks like 2001 Jalen Hurts. If you ask me, this looks like the 2021, 2021 Jalen Hurts. That's what Philly looked like yesterday. That's what he looks like. Unsure of where to throw the ball, not accurate with the football, just wandering around, letting the pass rush get to him. And I think Philly was done at the end of the season. I think he was done at the end of the season. So, and somebody's over here hoping, wishing, and praying over on YouTube, heard Belichick to Philly, and I almost threw up in my mouth. Yeah, buddy. There ain't no way in the world Bill Belichick is not the answer to everybody's prayers like people are saying. He is not. There may be a few franchises that he can go help. Philly's not one of those. Bill Belichick going to Philly would be one of the worst decisions in a decade that anybody's made. He's not the answer in Philly. Now, we might say Nick Sirianni isn't the answer. Okay. But Belichick ain't either because Belichick's going to want control, and Philadelphia learned their lesson about giving a coach full control with Chip Kelly. And look what happened. They got a good general manager. They just need a new coach. They need new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. They made a mistake. They made a mistake. It is what it is. And I don't think getting rid of Sirianni is the answer. I think you got to change coordinators first. Change coordinators first. If you do that, then, okay, let's take a look and see where we're at. And if that doesn't work, well, then your coach is incapable of finding the right people. Then you can get rid of everybody. But I don't think you just get rid of Nick Sirianni and then say, and just blow the whole thing up. They did go to the Super Bowl last year. They just lost their coordinators. You don't fire a coach that went to the Super Bowl, then turn around and wins 11 games and just say, oh, he can't coach. He's terrible. Get him out. You can't do that. Franchise, you got to have some sort of franchise stability. Because then it's like, well, what coach wants to come in? I mean, who the hell wants to come in if going to the Super Bowl, turn around and going to the playoffs and winning 11 games get you fired? Who the hell wants to do that? And I'm just saying, who wants to do that? It's tough. And I know Philly fans today are going through it. I get it. I get it. They're not as bad as Cowboys fans, and I'm not going to make fun of them as much as Cowboys fans because I don't hate Eagles fans like that. But man, it just makes it tough. But no, Belichick is not the end all be all answer to everything, and him going there would be insane. That just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And my man Hooligan got a great point. I don't think Belichick will be the GM at the next spot. He will just be the coach and chase the win record. Yeah, you may be right. You may be right. Because the last, I don't know, let's call it 5 to 8 years, Belichick hasn't been very good in the draft putting a team together. He just hasn't. So they can never get wide receiver right, ever. And just look at the Patriots roster. That's him. That's what he did. So no, Belichick is not the answer. In Philly, there's only a few places that he might be the answer, but the Eagles just imploded. They got to just cut offensive, defensive coordinator. You got to fire both those guys and start over. You got to start over. And that's okay to do. That's okay to do. You know, you just got to move forward in a different direction. Sirianni got to bite the bullet and just say, hey, this didn't work. We got to go find some better coordinators and put our guys in better positions to make plays and move on. Because that was a choke job. That was an implosion choke job. I don't know if they were fraud. We can move Wednesdays. We're going to move Wednesdays to fraud of the week. But, yeah, that was bad.